Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Let me just go ahead and switch over screens here. I managed to get everything ready in time this time. We're getting better, getting better. Hello. How's it going, folks? How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. I know, Monday at the beginning of the week is always the worst, especially when the weather outside isn't too great as well. So it's been great for me. No, I'm kidding. I got a lot to do on my day off, so had to catch up doing some things around the house. Had to stream earlier as well. Vlad, it's Tuesday where you are, okay? I'm still behind, all right? We're catching up. We're trying to catch up. But yeah, so I've been making the best out of my day off today, but how y'all doing today? Let's go ahead and get into the bread and butter, the sauce. The reason why you're here is, let's see if we can figure out what the hell Bitcoin is doing. That's the goal, right? Well, that's not my goal. My goal is to figure out the setups that Bitcoin gives me, and I would do my best to take them. Excuse me, guys. I am hopped up on, I think, you know what? I think I might be coming down with a cold or something. So unfortunately, I started feeling it a couple hours ago. I'm like tired. Got a scratchy throat. Been coughing up phlegm all day. So I gave myself a little bit of an extra boost of medicine, and I'm definitely helping. Let's see, BMW knowledge. That's at the end of the stream, Vlad. We'll say that to the end. I know that's what you're here for. I do have something I want to show you. So, Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? So, if you guys haven't been watching any of my streams recently, I'll give you a quick little rundown. Pretty much, we do have this, ginormous ABC on a much larger time frame. Oh, I gotta turn this music down. There you go. We have this mother of all ABCs here. Now, the question is, did it bottom here, or are we currently working on another ABC here to come down, put in one more low, and have this completed structure form? But until we get that answer, until we get a break below that 17,650, I'm going to go ahead and say that the larger potential bottom is definitely in play. I have to wait and see what price does or how it develops in the future. But as of right now, that's what I'm coming up with. What the hell is this? Okay. So from there, once we establish basically what we're looking for, I have to kind of zoom in into this area of price action. Remember, guys, when I say zoom in, I'm always zooming in. I'm not actually zooming in that much as most people would think. To the majority of people out there, this is probably still a macro time frame, so just take that with a grain of salt every time I do say that, because to me, this is a little bit more zoomed in. So, within this area of price action here, if this is the bottom, to me, I see a very important structure possibly playing out. You do have an A to a B to a C here. You have an A to a B to a C here. And then now, who knows what this is basically working. Actually, no, wait, hold on. I apologize. This is the bottom, because we did form a lower low. I think that's where I messed up on the previous stream before. For some reason, I kept saying that this is the bottom, but I always forget that we put in this tiny, little bit tinier lower low. So, now that we have this completed structure, the question is, do we rally from here? Or are we kind of gonna just come up here, form some little, maybe possibly A to a B to a C, and then form some sort of like, connector or like pullback leg and then continue lower? Who knows? There's definitely different ways this can play out, but for me, as long as BTC is above that AT450, I'm gonna go ahead and remain bullish. I'm gonna hold my longs, and I'm anticipating at the very least another leg to the upside here to form some sort of setup like this. And depending on how price reacts, if we do get up here, will definitely tell me whether or not it wants to keep going. The only way I can tell is basically, is it going to be a strong move to the upside to where we get, you know, nice support, or not support, nice, a nice flow of money coming in, and to where we have a very strong move through here, we just keep going up? Or is we going to get up here, kind of dance around in this region, you know, something like that, and then eventually come down? I really have to wait and see what price action wants to give me. But until then, that's primarily what I'm looking for. And obviously, the availability of this just being one leg, like I said before, having some sort of larger upside move like this, and then continuing downwards, absolutely in the cards as well. So I have to kind of wait and see what price wants to give me, what price wants to tell me what it wants to do. So that's pretty much it. I'm holding longs here. That is for BTC. All right, AT450, the next level, 16, yeah, about 17,625. And just keep those levels in mind in case this does break. We're going to at least come down here. And if price does want to eventually come down and break below, without getting the pump up first, I'll have to go ahead and reevaluate the structure here itself. But it pretty much remains the same. If we do get that lower low in, the idea of this much bigger ABC that I pointed out on the larger time frames is definitely going to be more in play. I'm going to be looking at that 17,600 level to be some sort of major pivot. So from there, I'm also as well as holding some sort of short. It's a hedge position just in case, and that's mostly off of this structure here. Now I know we did put in that lower low, but mostly I want to basically play this just as a just in case scenario. Just in case, even though price did put in that lower low, we just kind of just dance sideways and then we just continue lower. Absolutely in the cards. I just wanted to just have that position just in case. I honestly am not leaning too heavily on that idea, but until we get an actual answer or decision of what BTC wants to do, then from there we can go ahead and say, well, at least we'll get some sort of more clear answer of what price wants to do. What I'm personally hoping for is I want to see some sort of Adam and Eve form here. I know Adam and Eve's aren't ABCs, but you guys can't ignore this until it's broken. That's what I like to say. You basically have a sharp decline, some sort of rapid recovery, because it's not really so rapid, and then some sort of rounded bottom. All right, and from there, if we break that neckline and basically show some strength behind that break, then I'll go ahead and definitely lean more bullish. As price kind of develops more sideways and slowly upwards, this looks pretty prominent in my opinion. But obviously, I try not to put too much weight on trading this sort of idea. I do have my own way of trying to, navigate price action within this. Obviously, we're long from this region here. And if we slowly continue upwards, that's perfect. I'll let it happen. Let the Adam and Eve play out, and I'll just benefit more from the blast off if that does want to play out. But obviously, vice versa, or the other side or the other opinion says, we can easily come back up here, like I mentioned before, form this sort of structure here, show weakness, and then continue downwards from there. Something like this. Something like that. I don't know. I can sit here and draw these all day. Adam and Eve, more like Johnny and D's. God damn it, Monk. I like to call him Adam and Steve, just to throw people off. Johnny and D's. That's hilarious, Monk. That's great. So from there, that's pretty much the only options available. I'm pretty much just waiting on the sidelines to see if the market actually does want to make a decision, or how much longer we can actually go sideways for. Really have to just wait and see at this point. Now that I have everything in place, I have my plan. Just gonna let the markets do its thing. So let's go on to Ethereum. Pretty much Ethereum's going through somewhat of the same structure, just playing out a little bit different. The real question is, going back to the larger time frame here, is this ABC, is this C leg of the ABC the bottom, or are we forming one more to where we have something like this developing? Me personally, I think if this is going to happen, I would like to see something like this form. And then from there, it'd be a lot easier for me to connect the dots. That's some much more major macro structure for me, and that's something I'm going to be looking for. But I want to wait and see what ETH really wants to do. Just by the way things I'm looking on ETH, I'm kind of still leaning bullish, even though, you know, BTC has the Adam and Eve pattern going. ETH has this pattern, or this structure it wants to form going. I really like it. I don't know. It's just maybe I'm being a little bit too taking into my personal bias a little bit too much. My personal opinion is, in combination with the Adam and Eves and, you know, all the patterns going on, I just think everyone is being too damn bearish. Maybe there is a time and a place to where BTC and ETH can come down, put in lower lows, but I don't think it's just going to be a straight shot down. I just personally don't believe it. I think the way from how market makers do this, or, you know, market makers are people with actual money in this game. To me personally, they like to have certain things play out in certain ways to where it would either get you excited, you know, get you to FOMO in, and that's basically, they need people to buy into their selling. You just can't sell things when people aren't buying. So approaching that, you know, approaching price action through that mindset and just through ABCs in general, to me, I think if ETH definitely found a way to get up here and definitely break out above this level and come back down, it's definitely gonna get a lot more people bullish. And to me, it's going to give a fantastic opportunity for those who want to sell into this pump. So we'll see what happens, but primarily that's what I'm looking for, just in markets in general. Let's go over ETH on the smaller term time frames. Remember, smaller term. This ABC here is the major one I'm looking at. All right, with a smaller ABC within the C, something I always like to see. See what I did there? How many times can I say C or say the letter C? Same thing. Let's see. Oh, I keep saying it. Let's see. Oh, look at this C. Let's see. I gotta stop. Anyway, as long as ETH, I was about to say BTC again. As long as ETH is above that 12.1570, to me, this looks very good as the structure playing into the bigger setup. Now, the bigger setup, that pivot remains at like 1420-ish region. And ideally, I would like to see that level be broken before we continue upwards, as more of like a confirmation for me. I don't think I'm personally going to be taking a position up here. That was a plan for a while, but when we got this lower leg at 12.15, the larger ABC within the C definitely plays more of a favorite, or basically that position is more of a favorite to me than the 1420. Really depends. I did not get a full position on ETH, unfortunately. I must have been messing around with the leverage at some point, and I didn't realize and didn't change it back to what I normally do. So I pretty much just did my thing, checked my stop loss, and I realized my leverage was off and messed up basically all the numbers here. So I'm like, you have 0.75 or 0.8 of a full percentage, or 75 to 8% of a full position. So I'm playing with about 0.75 to 0.8 risk. I have to look at the numbers again, but unfortunately, I did not get a full position on that. So maybe if we can come back down and retest, or maybe I'll do a small little position of, play that 1420. I'm not too sure yet. I kind of have to wait and see what's going on. But that's primarily what I'm looking for at the moment. Basically off of this setup here with an ABC within the C. Guys, like I said, I'm pretty bullish. I know the other option or the other direction is definitely possible. I just think with a combination of everything that's going on, I personally don't think that is going to be this scenario. Now, XRP is pretty much in a different position. I talked about this earlier. I'm short off of that 5107. I'm still holding that. I'm surprised I didn't get stopped out up here. This was Friday. So Friday, I did not get stopped out. So remain in that position, continuing to hold it. I don't plan on giving it up anytime soon. Ideally, I want to see this kind of structure play out, and then I'd consider taking a possible long. And from there, we can definitely see a little bit more potential upside, but that's just playing, you know, devil's advocate, playing the other side, just in case that even though I am bullish, I could absolutely be wrong. That's pretty much the main goal of some of these shorts, to kind of balance the idea of me going long. All right, Solana, I'm in a position as well. I don't believe I got stopped. Yeah, I didn't get stopped out. Yeah, I literally just checked them. Like, I checked my position a couple hours ago. I'm like 95% sure I'm not stopped out. Yeah. All right, so I'm currently playing Solana off of this 29.92 area. And from there, pretty much the same thing as everything else. The structure looks good to me. This larger ABC setup is definitely what I'm looking at. I can sit here and show you guys quickly. ABC there. A, B, C there. And then eventually we're going to have some sort of A to a B to a C. I don't know how long it's going to take, but something like that. And if price can push through 48.62 and, you know, show signs of strength and push through it without any good resistance, basically we'll be able to tell as price gets up there. But if it can blow right through it, perfect. If not, if we kind of struggle to maintain that level and eventually fall back below, I will absolutely consider taking a soul short, just because I want to protect the profits that I do have in it, just in case. That is pretty much it for Solana. I know Kite. Well, if you guys watch Kite, I mean, if you know me, you definitely know Kite. If you don't know Kite, go check out his channel. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the description below. I'm gonna do that right meow, actually. So if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget. Also, guys, check out David Tech's channel if you haven't. How do I share this? Can I not share? I guess I have to go check out Kite's latest stream. And also check out, I believe I did... Did it not go through, Vlad? If you're still in here, let me know. Come on. Oh, I can't navigate Twitch. Okay, you know, it was earlier. If you guys are interested as well, I did a Ask Me Anything question on David Tech's channel, or Discord group, my apologies. And if you guys are interested in tuning into those, definitely go check out David Tech's Discord. He has his Twitch channel where it was streamed on. I believe all the information is in the description. If not, check out Trading with David Tech Live. You might be able to catch a session from me, or as well as if you join the Discord, you'll have access to me as well, access to the setups. Sorry about that. We also get access to Ask Me Any Questions. You know, the community is great over there. I definitely love it hanging out with you guys and learning a lot. So I definitely absolutely recommend you check them out if you haven't already. All right. I just realized something. Did I close out? No. All right, so Solana, that's pretty much it. I don't believe there's anything else. I mean, okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me try to get into the Bybit here. If you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. Now's the time to do so. I'm just trying to sign into my Bybit account here, so. Here we go. So I'm in quite a few different positions here. What I always tell people is don't follow everything that I'm doing, because this is a terrible example of what not to do. Oh, I have a Litecoin long too. I forgot about that. But I'm also the sushi short. Reason why I haven't posted any of that is because I personally don't think it's a good setup. It's definitely the setup's there, but it's more of a high risk, high reward thing. And with those type of positions, I'm literally only using like a 0.5%, not even. Yeah, I'm using a little bit less than half a percent on that position of risk. Let's talk about OTC quick. All right, so LTC is in a very similar situation as everything else is. You do have this ABC here, which leads it to an A, which was not the right one I wanted to highlight. ABCA, ABCB, ABCC. So that ABC makes an A. You do have an ABC to a B, and now currently on the larger scale, looking to see a retest up here, that 67.77 region, to complete a fuller ABC. Absolutely in the cards as well as, you could get something like this to where we don't get an actual, well, that C wouldn't be valid then. We could get something here to where we top out early, and then this would be a little bit more of an A to a B to a C. We'll have to see what happens. But primarily, as of right now, the way things are looking, I want to see a test to the upside. Alan, evening. How you doing, buddy? Grab the LTC long. Did you get in at that $49 region, that low? If you did, congratulations. Good job. Haven't gotten any shorts though. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not any real positions I like to see, or that I would personally take based off of anything that I have on my list here. Yep. Oh, good job, Alan. Let's hopefully. I think it's gonna hold. I could be wrong. I just like the way things are looking personally, so we'll see what happens from there. I'm gonna eat a cracker. Hold on a second. Delicious. Fingers crossed. Hey, as long as you're in your positions, you got a good entry. You made the right decision. That's all that matters. Let's see. What do you think of ETH at 1342 for a hedge short? Oh, I see what you're talking about. I see. So, me personally, this is not that big of a structure to me. The most important thing is, like, you know, I go out to like an hourly, 2 hour. And if I can, okay, I'm not going to go too zoomed out, but like if I'm focusing just on this, to me, this is not significant enough. Now, if something like this happens, so ultimately you have this ABC here. You're looking for that higher high. What's probably going to happen, Alan, is you're probably going to get something like this, to where this is just an A, you're going to get some sort of B leg, and then a C. If that happens, possibly, I would consider it. I could be wrong. That's just based off what I'm seeing. I wouldn't take this. This is a little bit too small for my taste, unfortunately. But overall, if I see something like that play out, I probably would possibly think about I would think about taking that. I'm not too positive as of right now. I don't like the size of the setup. To me, it's not an important enough structure for me to actually play off of. How long have we been going for? Vlad, are you still in here? Let me know. Okay, thanks. Am annoyed as I was an XRP short but got stopped out in a meeting at work a few days ago. Yo, did you... hold on. Alan, unfortunately, I almost did get stopped out of that as well. But I really don't see any other good short positions. If there is, you'll definitely hear from me. But I think price is gonna be okay. I could be wrong though. Just me personally, how things have been looking, the structure of things that have been playing out. I like the way things are looking right now. Vlad, have you seen the release of the new? They officially announced the new M2. I can't find the official announcement video. It was kind of cheesy, but I love this thing. I'm gonna paste this in the... Yeah, I know I thought we talked about it, but like I didn't get a chance to actually see it. These are videos of like actual walk-arounds. That's an example. There was a video they released like a couple months ago, but it was a press car, and so a cable car, so everything was covered. You couldn't see anything. But you have like those videos like that are absolutely insane. Going over the car in a little bit more detail, I absolutely love it. All right. Let's see. Oh, M.2. No, not the S, not the memory stick. No, I'm talking about the car. That's pretty funny. Sent you a link on Discord. That's within my budget. Let's see. See, I don't like. I know the M2 is a little bit different, but the differences matter. I think that the 240 is ugly. And the interior in the M2 is a lot nicer. Got the Harman Kardon. I personally don't. I like the M2 better. Just the grills and like the front. I guess like the grills, how they made everything square instead of triangles on the front fender. Or not front fender, the front bumper on the in the corners. So much better. Same thing with like the rear exhaust is different. It looks so much better, the M2. I'm curious to see what the price points of these things are going to be. I kind of don't like the stops of series. Yeah, it's like a yep, exactly. I think the same way. I feel the same way. Wasn't M2 starting from 65 British pound? I don't know if they actually officially announced. I could be wrong, Vlad. I haven't really looked into it. The price. Let's see. The 2023. Okay, hold on. I think I found something. Oh, this stupid VPN is slowing things down. Let's see. 23 starts at 63,195 US dollars. Oh yeah. For some reason, I always get. I thought it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit more. Yeah, 63K USD. That's not terrible. It's a little pricey, but so I'm pretty sure and that's not a competition either. So this is just a regular M2. I think the regular M2s, when they first announced them, or the previous generation back in like 2018, 2017, pretty sure those were going for like 53, 55K. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, basically how everything's going on, what's going on in the world right now, it's actually not bad. Maybe if this account does well. I'm just saying. Was that sticker price? Or is that now? Okay, so that was sticker. Yes. I figured it was like around like 55, 60K. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. And for the interior of that car, beautiful. With the rates of pound is with the rates the pound is going at, will cost 100K by the end of the week. That wouldn't surprise me at all, Alan. Let's predict the price in 2023 based on USD evolution. I mean, I don't think it's going to go up that much more. I mean, I could be wrong. If the Fed keeps, hiking interest rates, and because this car is probably not going to land, probably not going to get 2 dealership lots, and probably like another like end of February, March maybe. I could be wrong, or they could be pushing them out now. I don't know. From what I've heard, I don't think they're even out on lots yet. So they can't be that much more now. If it's something ridiculous, that's another thing too. You got to realize that the basically dealer markups. Like the place I work for probably won't even give me a discount. I'm just saying. The reason why I gotta be careful because I know my boss watches this sometimes. BMW is the best car brand, right? I hope you're joking, Vlad. It depends. Like, I think out of the overall between like price, performance, reliability, and all that, I think it's up there. If I had to pick like an ideal car for me, I'd probably get a Porsche. Like between everything else, between like price, reliability, performance, I think Porsche is the way to go. Gun to my head, I'll still say that. Ain't no one gonna pressure me otherwise. Is that the transmissions that they use, the DSGs? Or is that specific? No, that sounds... Artham, hi Johnny. What do you think about setting stop loss and TPs when taking ABC trades? So stop losses, it really depends on... That's a great question, Art. It really depends on your position and basically like how you're able to approach trading. The only reason why I say this is because from what I have seen and what I've experienced personally, there's like a sweet spot. Don't really know where that sweet spot is, but I can tell you this. I've been in trades where I've used 0.5% risk. The issue with using 0.5% risk is that you'll get stopped out. Absolutely, you'll constantly be getting stopped out. The next question to that is, can you handle that kind of situation to where you might take a trade and get stopped out 15 times? If you can't stomach that, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, I would say, extend that out to a 1%. Even still, 1% is still a little bit too, not extreme, but a little bit more aggressive in my opinion. So when it comes to setting stop loss, there's a couple things that I need you to consider. I need you to consider, how aggressive are you willing to play? Are you going to be able to are you going to get used to, or can you stomach the fact that you might get stopped out more than a handful of times on a trade? Are you at your computer at all times, or are you around a computer most of your day? Or do you travel for work, or are you doing something work related that isn't necessarily where you can't really be around a computer that often? You have to take these things into consideration between what you're willing to stomach, R&R, win percentage. Sorry about that. Sorry, let's give you one moment here, folks. So you have to consider a win percentage. You have to, obviously the higher the less aggressive your stop loss is, the higher win percentage is. But you also got to understand is that sometimes that isn't the best option when it comes to profitability, because you'll make more money using tighter stop losses, but there's a limit. You can't go too aggressive. You can't be, how do I say, you can't give yourself too much leeway either. There's got to be some sort of sweet spot. It really depends on a lot of things. Are if you're at home or you're in a situation where you're at a computer at all times or most of the day, you're okay with losing more than a handful of times in one position, I would say use a 1%. If any of those answers change, I would consider using like a 2%. Usually 2% is like the sweet spot I recommend most people start out with, just because it gets you used to the idea of possibly getting stopped out. Not as often, but it gets you more comfortable with the idea of getting stopped out. Eventually you can work your way up to that. It really depends. I personally like using 1%, but that is a little bit too aggressive. So play around with your R&R, play around with what makes sense. I would say start off with the 2%. If you think that's not, you think you can handle more, go to 1%. But I would not ever recommend anyone going under a 1% stop loss. Anything more aggressive than that is going to hurt you more than it's going to help. When it comes to taking profit's a little bit different. So my approach and my strategy to taking profit has changed over the past couple months, I would say. Before, I would go primarily based off of first it was fibs. So like, for example, I'll give you an example here. I took a short off of this ABC here. Actually, it's technically this. All right. And I took profit at the 0.5 to 0.441 region of this entire trend. So I took profit somewhere around here. Did I? See, this is the hardest. So I apologize. Oh, great. Trying to figure out food situation as well. I apologize, folks. Did I take profit here? I don't think I did personally. It would say hypothetical. Hypothetical, you would have taken profit here. Now, one of the things I have learned over the past couple months, and I've known this for a while, I just haven't really stuck to my guns when it comes to this, is that I primarily should be focusing on the bigger swings or the making the most out of price action. And the reason, or sorry, how you can do that is by taking advantage of playing into continuations of trends. Let's see. Okay, I don't like getting stopped out. So I'd be setting stop loss at where C is. Or no, it's not based off where the C is. So I'll give you an example. I'm sorry there was any confusion. Your entry is at where the A is. All right, so your entry is off of this here. So basically, in this point, every single time price gets above the A, you will go ahead and take the trade. And I'm just setting a hypothetical entry here. That's where your entry should be. It should be based on the A. And you should be focusing on set percentages, not where the C is. I'm sorry if there was a confusion on that. And the take profit. So the take profit aspect of this, I'll make things a little bit, basically I'll catch you up to speed. How I do it now is I'm no longer going to be taking profit at the 0.441. I'm no longer going to be taking profit based off of local highs and local lows. How I'm going to take profit is I need to play into the continuation of a trend. So for example, let's say we just continue going up from here. All right, something like this. Eventually we come up. All right, hypothetical. We come up here. If I can find a bullish setup that's in a good size, or that's basically large enough in size to be comfortable for me to be comfortable taking that position, I will go ahead and take profit on the trade based off of this entry and re-enter immediately. As soon as that C leg gets below the A, once price is pumped. And when you're shorting, it's the opposite. So when you're shorting, you're taking a short trade. I'll give you an example here. All right. So you'll take a short here, and using the method I just talked about, you would not take a profit. You're not take profit on that short until you see another setup that plays into the continuation. So you're waiting for price to give you a setup to continue into that trend. So the red line is basically a short entry. So I took a short here. I would hold it until another setup here comes, and I would take it again. And just, rinse and repeat. Eventually you would have got stopped. If you tried taking it here, you probably would have got stopped. It's not perfect, but to me, that's the best way to approach taking profit as of now. So just like I said before, based off of that entry, I'm not taking profit until, if price gets pumped, I'm waiting for a nice pullback, a decently sized pullback, and re-entering. I'm going to change it to green. Shouldn't have put the cracker in my mouth. I'm sorry. So I will not re-enter that short. I will not exit that short or take profit until another bullish setup comes. Does that make sense? So if you're playing longs, wait for the next long position to come up. You take profit, re-enter. If you're playing shorts, wait for shorts to play out, give you another entry, take profit, re-enter again. Let me know if you need me to clarify that at all, Art. Chad, let's see. Compounding gains. I don't think any strategies are working that well in this raging market. Absolutely, I agree. Once the macro trend begins, we're all looking good. Absolutely. We just need price to make a decision. And I'm playing both sides, so I benefit either way. But once price makes an actual larger decision, we're going to see things be a lot better. But Art, please let me know if that was clear, if you need me to explain things a little bit more. I think I understand. You take profit and re-enter the trade with another. Yes. But remember, like, don't get too caught up. Don't get too caught up in trying to look for smaller ones. When I'm using this, like this example, look at the perspective I'm using. I'm on a 4-hour and I am zoomed out. And to me, this is a good relative size structure for me to play. Don't get too caught up in playing smaller structures because you'll end up taking profit too early. But what if the trend stops? Great question. So I'll use the same example on the screen. The opposing idea that I've had mentioned before is this being an ABC. All right. If price can't sustain above that 25,241, I'm going to go ahead and play head shorts. So let's say price gets up here, and let's say it can't hold. Let's say you have this structure here, and it falls through. All right. From there, you took your profit, you locked in whatever you had, and as well as you would probably most likely be trying to play shorts on the side as well. So not only do you get to benefit off of locking in your profit, you also get to benefit off taking a short position, as well as not losing any profit from the prior long. If that makes sense. Like for an example here, let me take you back to this part of price history. Same idea. You have this setup here that we shorted. Let me use the replay feature. All right, so we're shorting here. All right, so as price is developing, all right, so for example, let's say we're down here. We mark this level out as a potential much larger ABC long. So while holding this short, I would target this as a potential long opportunity based off of this larger A to a B to a C. All right. So if we get down here, remember, this is if you don't cash in that short. You're still holding the short up here. All right, it wasn't the cleanest example, but for probably like an hour or two, we played in this region. And basically all you would do is if price came back above, you would go ahead and take a long. Worst case scenario, if it didn't play out, you let it just continue downwards, and you would still benefit off the short. You might have got stopped out once or twice in this area, but at least you have a clear defined answer of where the market's going. Now that price is below and maintaining below, you have no reason to be taking any bullish setup. So all you do is just let it ride. So that setup we talked about was 100% valid. It was an absolutely completed valid setup that could have called for some sort of reversal. I don't know if it's going to reverse from there or not. So the goal is to understand where to possibly look for hedges and basically let price do its thing. You're taking a hedge position. Worst case scenario, if let's say price didn't fall through, let's say we came back up and rebounded, something like this. Let's say we came up here and did something like that. All right, you would have a long entry to protect your gains from the short. All right, especially if you played it right. From there, you can basically let price do whatever it wants and let the two positions fight out. If the positions fight out, eventually you're going to get a side of where it wants to go, and it's going to be a more clearer direction. Very similar to what's going on now. I have a position set on one end. I have a smaller position on the other end, but ultimately I'm looking for a much larger play or much larger position to work out or at least form. From there, I can go ahead, secure myself at the best entry possible at both ends, and basically let price do what it do. You're going to be protecting yourself, and as well as if you get another opportunity, re-enter and try to play into the continuation of that. You would eventually get stopped out, right? Yeah, on one of them, on one of the positions, you'll get stopped out, but if you play it correctly, you'll still have the profit from the other one. Let's see. Okay, thank you for that very clear explanation. So basically, you're always in at least one trade. Yeah, as of right now, continuing moving forward, I'm gonna be constantly trying to play one side, or not play one side, but to play both sides and see the benefit from one major decision or one major movement. In this case, I'd be playing long and short down here and also up here as well. But as long as I keep the long open, the market's going to decide what it wants to do, and from there I can benefit from both sides. All right, just to give me a minute here, folks. I'm still gonna be here. I'm gonna keep an eye on chat. I just gotta figure out what I want to eat. It'll take me like maybe 5 minutes, not even, because it's something that I'm very picky with. Don't remember the name of the... Come on. Domino's Chipotle. No, it's actually sushi. Someone's picking up sushi for me. So I need to figure out what I want to eat. I heard Wendy's is good. Vlad, Wendy's is mid. For fast food, it's decent. Overall food, terrible. Chipotle is actually pretty good. Domino's. We have real pizza here, Vlad. We have real pizza here. There ain't no time for that fast food stuff. I don't remember what the name of the roll is I got last time. I can't find this. If you guys have any other questions for me, please let me know. Don't mind me. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat for food. I'm gonna have to go figure out the menu on the usual place that I eat. What is it called again? What the heck? Why is this place closed on Sunday? Or Monday. I keep thinking it's Sunday. It's Monday. Okay, so it's a volcano roll. Spicy tuna, avocado. Slightly fried. I'm very basic when it comes to my sushi. If you guys eat that weird stuff, we can't be friends. It's rolls all the way. All right, I figured it out. All right, how long have we been going for? An hour? This song is annoying me. Come on, Price, do something. Vlad, any plans to do 24-hour live streams? On this channel, no. Unless you guys really want, I'm not going to sit here for 24 hours. I have an idea for something else, but Eventually, once I get a little bit more established, I do want to stream like other aspects of my life. Not like everything. Wait, I got 300 subs? No way. Vlad, don't do that to me. Did I get 300 subs on stream? Oh. Oh my god. You just gave me a heart attack. Yes, I will. I definitely will find a way to celebrate. Vlad, you absolutely gave me a heart attack. You got me really excited for no reason. I will do. Like I said, I've always wanted the. I'm not gonna sit here and beg people to fucking subscribe, watch my channel, because that's not who I am. My thing is, if I feel like if I give good information, if I do my best to absolutely help you guys out as much as I can, put out good content, good information, eventually it's gonna come back to me. Now I have plenty of work to do. I'm trying different things, but I think if I can get 1,000 subs, if I can get to 1,000 subs by March, I would be happy with that. I would do a celebration. I'll do a giveaway. I'll do something. I don't know. I don't even know what I would give away. And Vlad, if you say one of my guitars, it's not happening. I would give something away. I'll have to figure it out. But that's like my thing. It's like I never thought I'd even get to this point too. So you guys are absolutely freaking unbelievable. Eventually I knew I was gonna like try different things. Like if you guys haven't watched my most recent video, I basically went outside. I went outside and decided to record a couple things. I have some stuff going on for the Discord. If you guys haven't seen this, it'll load. I usually do. Look at my chubby fat face in 4K. The camera on the iPhone. This is all done on this phone here. This was phenomenal. I turned the volume off for intensive purposes, but basically I was just trying to like talk to you guys about certain stuff. These kids in the background, I don't know if you, oh no, you're not gonna be able to see them. Actually, yeah, you can see them. Those kids in the background would not shut the hell up. I had to record that same video like 6 times because I'll be halfway done and it just starts screeching. But I'm trying to, you know, branch out, do a couple different things. So eventually I think we'll get there. You can do it, Johnny. I found your content very helpful. I appreciate that, Art. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Hopefully maybe one day. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and beg or, you know, sit here and like, oh, no, we're only at 295 or 292. I'm like, that's not who I am. I think that's very cringe. That is very cringe. I will never do that. But hopefully down the line we can get up there. The cap, oh my god. I do want to do. I have an idea for something. I have a friend who does designs when it comes to like shirts and other merch. He does like, I forgot what he does. He does like a certain style of it. I don't know really what it is, but he knows someone who does like hats and stuff. Maybe I'll do something cool where I'll like put like maybe the logo, like the astronaut thing on the hat and give it away. That'd be pretty cool. We'll see. I have a couple different ideas of what I would do. Am I calling up on chat? I am. Maybe I'll pull up the Bybit screen, make things a little bit more interesting. Wow, you still can't see all my positions. Huh, this is interesting. Oh, I forgot Bybit can do this. Maybe if I drag. There you go. You can see all my positions at once. What is the account sitting at? 836, not bad. I'm curious, what would... Let's say we took profit. You also got to consider, remember too, guys, almost over half of my account is sitting at, or sitting in inverse perpetual. So I've been taking a beating off of this dump. Let's say price gets to like 20, hypothetical 20, 29, let's say 29K, whatever, round it up. I just want to see what my profits will be. Word? Oh, that's why I was very confused. So I'm gonna make an extra 300 bucks. You know, about 337. Let's say ETH. Let's say this. I'm this guys. This is hypothetical. I just want to see how we're gonna be doing. Say if I just take profit on the high 2031 plus 284. .8. LTC, I know I took like a smaller position on, say 67. Wow, I'm only gonna be making 90 bucks off of that. Oh, that's why, because I used a different stop loss for this. The plus 90. And Solana. Say 48. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a hypothetical long position. 48 plus 175. All right, so we're sitting at that plus the actual percentage of the account growing itself. But let's say that wasn't the case. Let's say I add that to, was that 835? So we're gonna be sitting at almost 1,800 bucks. So that's a 300% from where we started. Yeah, we're gonna be doing pretty good. It's not exact. I'll say like 1650 just to round out all the losses from like the shorts that I'm in, but it's not even that much. So let's see what happens. eventually I want to. I've been on the fence about something. I'll spill the beans with you guys. So, one of the things I feel like it's going to connect with most people is going through, because I've been on a couple like consultation calls. People have asked me, specifically how I can help their situation. People online and people in my personal life as well. One of the biggest things I get questions about is the reason why I made that video yesterday, or I posted that video yesterday, is, how can I basically how can I turn into, a little bit into a large amount in a relatively quick time frame? I said, the first thing I asked is, why do you want to do that? Most of the time, obviously, the answer is, I want to make money. I want to be able to do this full time. I want to be able to buy this, whatever it is. Everyone has different reasons. The main thing I tell people is that is not a healthy way to look at trading in general, is because a lot of the times there's going to be moments like this where we've been going stagnant and your accounts are going to take dips. And it's going to get to the point where you might get frustrated with the lack of movement or the lack of being wrong, getting stopped out multiple times. There's a lot of things that are going to hinder the performance of the account. Mostly it's emotional stuff. It's, some stuff you can't control, like the market, obviously, but how you react to everything is going to be, everything's going to be personal to you. Some people can handle things better, some people can't. But what I tell people is, you got to understand is, in this game, it takes money to make money. You can't sit here and just turn, $500 like I'm doing into 100 grand. It's absolutely possible. I'm not saying it can't be done. But for me to actually be able to do that comfortably, I just don't think that it's a good way to approach trying to build an account. Just because I don't want you guys to have any extreme expectations of what I can do or what Kite can do. Like, I'm experienced. I've been in this game for a while. Kite's been doing this for longer. And for some reason, I'm not going to make excuses, but he's doing a lot better than me for a couple different reasons. One, I missed out on a couple trades. Two, I messed up my entries on certain things, so he made more money. He also started out a little bit more than I did. I'm not going to use that as an excuse. But for me, there's just different levels to this. Like, I could sit here and tell you guys all this is give you guys all the information I want. I still mess up. I'm still human. For example, with this LTC trade and the SOL trade, I ended up using a lot different leverage, a lot different stop losses, a little bit less aggressive. So if I price moves in our direction, let's say, you guys take a similar position to where, but you're using more leverage, you're basically using a less, more aggressive stop loss, you're going to make a lot more than I will. It's just, I'm trying to balance not spreading myself too thin versus, trying to capitalize on a move. To me, I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 longs and 1, 2, 3 shorts. This is too much. I'm trying to be as good as a role model as I can of what's realistic. And to me, the way I'm approaching this, I feel like it's very realistic for everyone out there. Not taking too many altcoin trades, or if I do, using a very, very little risk. Trying to stick to the main coins, stick to the main setups. I'm not trying. I really seems like I'm coming off making excuses for why I haven't been doing as good as someone like Kite, but it's just different. There's just levels to this. It's just different levels. I also started a little bit later as well, so I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. But I definitely am 100% confident that I can definitely do this over a longer course of time. Now, you guys can do it as well, but it doesn't mean everyone is going to. It takes a certain set of skills, a certain set of practices, a certain set of just being able to handle certain things. There's a lot of things to get used to when it comes to being able to do stuff like this. It's not just you just follow the trades. There's a whole different aspect of the game that a lot of you guys, especially if you're not experienced, are not gonna be able to put up with. It's something I've had to learn over time. It's something you guys have to learn over time as well. And when I tell people that exactly is the best answer or their favorite answer to hear. So what I advise, but what I basically recommend is if you're really dead set on trying to grow a number, you're going to have to approach this in a different way. Like, use trading to build the account that you have, but you also have to understand that unless you find a way to accumulate it as well, it's a little bit unrealistic to expect to turn $200, $300 into 100 grand in a relatively small time frame. Now, if you sit there and put the time in, like for example, what if this last, I don't know, when did this start? Let's say you started back in June 14th. So pretty much, like, let's say you started June. So, oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So say 4 months ago. And let's say from there, you decided to, you know what, I'm going to either start saving differently, or I'm going to, find a way to make a little bit extra money. If you're starting from, let's say, $200, and let's say you took the time and, obviously this is money you have to be willing to lose. So I can't sit here and say, put your life savings into this. This is why I think if you go out and find a way to save money or earn extra cash on the side, and you're willing to put it into crypto, into trading, to me, you're not going to be as attached to it. That's just me personally. So, what I say, 4 months? 1, 2, 3. Did I say June? Yeah, 4 months. So 4 times was 16 weeks. Yeah, 16 weeks. I couldn't believe I couldn't do the math on that. So let's say you had $16, and let's say you put $100 in every week from there. All right, and that's not including account balances made or lost. So if you just didn't do anything, you would have had, plus say 200 initial investment, you would think about like almost $2,000 right now. And you could approach your trades a little bit differently, not being more aggressive, but the amount that you're risking basically grows, and from there you'll be able to grow it a lot faster. And as well as that, it allows you to not be too risky. And I feel like when you're first starting out an account that's small and eventually you build into it, you kind of get used to losing. You kind of get used to what to look for, what makes sense. And from there, you'll basically evolve yourself as a trader as you're basically adding more to the account. And from there, I personally think you're less likely to blow accounts. I'm not saying it's a guarantee that's the way to do it, but I think that it's definitely doable, and it's definitely going to help you more than it's going to hurt you. So, as long as you're safe. As long as you're not being stupid. Oh, I just smacked the microphone. I'm sorry, guys. All right, everyone. I guess it's going to conclude my TED Talk for tonight. But yeah. I didn't even know about what I was going to say. I think eventually, I'm going to change this challenge up a little bit to where perhaps maybe I will add to this account as it grows. Maybe find a way to make a little bit more money on the side, just to kind of show you that, hey, you can accelerate this growth a lot quicker if you are willing to put in the work into it. So that's just me. That's just how I personally think. Maybe it's a good idea. I don't know. I'll have to kind of think about it and see as time goes. All right, everyone. That was pretty much it. That was the last thing I wanted to say. Just kind of an idea, just kind of some advice for you guys in case you are at a particular point where you don't have a lot of money to play with, or you don't have enough experience. Maybe you want to grow it to something more. It's just an idea. But thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you. Art, thank you for the stream. Have a good one, Johnny. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for stopping by, asking great questions, hanging out with me. It really does mean a lot to me. Even though I may not seem like it. I am also medicated, so I don't feel 100% as well. So, but thank you guys so much for putting up with me. Yeah, I'm caught up on chat. Alan, thank you so much for hanging out as well. I appreciate you. Everyone else who's decided to come by, watch me for a little bit. If you guys are still here, thank you guys so much. Have a good night, folks. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So be good, be safe. Hopefully by then the market will actually make some sort of decision. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, folks. Be good, be safe. Now you know the plan. Trade the plan, stick to the plan. Use good risk management. Don't be stupid. Don't be an imbecile. Don't be a dingus. Till the next time.